Radhi kweli watoto wenu waharibike.
Now, drug addiction remains a chronic disorder in the society, profoundly affecting many young people. It is not necessarily a death sentence because there are those who have broken free from its grasp. Some of those recovering addicts are now educating others about its effects and dangers. Catherine Imuraget with this report.
Nilianza kutumia madre nikiwa kitu 15 years in high school. Peer pressure ndio ilikuwa mingi na kwenda hivyo nikaenda nika advance.
A 21-year-old Andes Agama, a former addict, recalls with deep regret the moment spent in drinking dens 6 years ago as we caught up with him at the Karuri Medically Assisted Therapy MAT clinic in Kiambaa, Kiambu County. Agama explains that during high school, he succumbed to peer pressure and began abusing hard drugs, including heroin. As a student, he felt compelled to conceal his behavior to avoid suspicion from his parents, fearing he would lose their support for school fees and other necessities. However, as his drug consumption escalated, so did the demand for resources to sustain his addiction. He resorted to stealing.
I had to survive and get the next dose. So I started with taking things from the house. Nikaendelea hivyo, nikaanza kuingia huku kwa mtaani.
Leila Wairimu, a 28-year-old mother, is also a beneficiary of the MAT program. She recounts how the life challenges led her into depression and subsequently into drug abuse. She believed that drugs would elevate her sorrows, even if only momentarily. With no parents or guardians to rely on, Wairimu argues that her drug addiction was largely influenced by her lack of support, having only her elder sister whose efforts to provide for them fell short of their basic needs.
Nilianza na pombe and then nikatumia bangi and then pole nikajipata nikitumia heroin. But venye nilitumia heroin sikuwa najua ni heroin natumia. Nilijua after wakati nimeshakuwa addicted na heroin.
For both individuals, the den ceased to be a refuge as life became increasingly unbearable over time, marked by financial struggles, stigma, and societal discrimination. After reflecting on their situations, they found the den uninhabitable, prompting them to embark on a journey of recovery to give life a second chance. Meanwhile, numerous patients streamed in, receiving their doses of methadone promptly and at no cost. Methadone prescribed by the clinic's pharmacist, Dr. Elizabeth Muritu.
I may not be able to tell you need to stop using the drugs now, but I am able to walk the journey with you to be able to see how best can we address this problem. And that is why we use what we call biopsychosocial approach model to be able to manage our patients. That I don't just look at the medical component, okay? That I walk with you the journey. Besides giving you the methadone and the buprenorphine, which actually is an opioid substitute to the harmful opioids, the likes of heroin, like we've mentioned. But I also give you, a primary counselor, a primary social worker to holistically manage this patient.
A survey on drug and substance abuse conducted by the National AIDS and STI Control Program in collaboration with LVCT shed light on the path to a reformed life. According to the survey, Kiambaa sub-county had the highest number of heroin and hard drug users, with 500 out of 1,300 users identified. This data prompted Doctors Without Borders (MSF) to establish a MAT clinic a year later, focusing on harm reduction as the primary approach. Another survey conducted 3 years later revealed a surge in drug abuse, particularly opioids, in Kiambu County. Following Kiambaa closely were Ruiru and Thika sub-counties. The alarming number of addicts, exceeding 3,000 by 2021, prompted MSF to establish similar facilities in Ruiru and Thika prisons. With the declaration of alcohol, drug and substance abuse as a national disaster, questions arise about whether the government should implement fully funded MAT programs as part of its initiative to combat these pervasive issues. Catherine Imuragate, KTN News.
Thank you, Catherine, for that.